G'day Kickstarters, how you going? I'd like to take a couple of minutes to give you a few tips on how to resubmit your work. Recently, many of you have completed exercise 3, and I've emailed you and said, look, I'd like you to go back and have a look at question 3 in exercise 3 and provide me some sources. So today we'll use exercise 3 as a bit of an example, but this may also apply when you complete the clusters work and you go here and you press the complete button and say, yes, I've finished everything and my mentor has seen my work. That'll send me a message. I'll go through and assess all of your work for cluster 1. And from time to time, I'll need to contact you back and say, hey, great work on all of this stuff, but could you go back and have a look at these particular questions in these exercises and give me a little bit more information, and I'll give you the details of that if and when that happens. But here's how you can update an exercise. So let's go to exercise 3 and see how we update that. So we're wanting to complete the activity again. And you can see this student has had a couple of attempts at it, but we're going to try another attempt. So let's just say it'll come up. You'll see here that it has the questions or the answers to the questions that you have entered previously. So it keeps that log of what work you have done, but we want to go to question 3. Sometimes you might need to start from scratch for a question, but often it's just an update. Now I want to have a look at this question while we're here. It says, with your group or your mentor, defend one of your ideas, the ideas that you put forward in the previous questions. Identify some key points of your defense. We really want you to use some of the techniques from the fact sheet. It's critical thinking. Now, critical thinking is thinking beyond yourself. It's not just what you think. It's asking other people, reading other sources, and getting out there and stretching your thinking to challenge yourself so that you can either have a deeper, more convinced understanding of what you believe, or to either challenge what you believe from the sources that are out there, and maybe even change the way you think about some particular things. So this student has really not answered the question, so I would have responded and said, look, you need to go back and provide some sources. But for this student, they actually need to, they've not really defended their point here. They've made a statement and it hasn't answered the question at all. So I really want you to be careful to read the questions and try and answer what they are asking of you. So this question is asking you to defend your ideas using some techniques from the fact sheet and to list the sources on the back. Now, many of you have just put, it says it in the Bible. That's great, it says it in the Bible, but I want you to tell me where it says it in the Bible. I want to know that you've read it, that you've read around it, that you've thought about it a little bit. I'm not looking for pat answers here. It's critical thinking. I want to challenge you. I want you to stretch your thinking. So you would update this question by this exercise by, maybe putting in some, here's the points that we talked about, and you may even add in, a book, or here's the people I spoke to, here's a website that I've looked at, and then you would go, I've updated that exercise and I want to finish the attempt. So I'm not going to do that for this particular student because I want to wreck their exercise. So I'll delete that. But you would go finished attempt, and then that would update it. And when I go back to assess it, it will be there. Similarly, if you've completed the whole entire cluster and I send you back, it might be 2 or 3 exercises that you just have to change a little bit. It might be, I only wrote 20 words on something when I was actually required to have around about 100 words of information to make my case or to answer the question. Update that. When you've updated everything I've asked of you, go back, do the complete quiz again, which is 2 questions. Has your mentor seen your work, and have you completed everything for this particular cluster? Resubmit that, and it will let me know that you've updated your work. I'll assess that and contact you after that. So guys, all the best with that. I hope it's going well for you. If you've got any questions, please contact me through the message center, or you can send me an email. Thanks very much for your time.